Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the weekly meditation by the School of Christian Mysticism. Welcome also to those who may be joining us on the recording. The passages on which the meditation are based are from Proverbs chapter 8, verses 1 to 21, Mark chapter 5, verses 1 to 20, and Psalm 80. Toward the one, the perfection of love, harmony, and beauty, the only being, united with all the illuminated souls who form the embodiment of the messenger, the spirit of wisdom. Eternal listener, give heed to your people, you who are our guide and our light, you who dwell amidst the angels. Shine forth into the heart of all nations, says Psalm number 80. But how are we to detect, discern that shining forth? The first passage describes it as the voice of wisdom that is always calling out to us, saying things that are right and true, insightful, honest, and dependable. And her voice is more valuable than gold and silver, and more precious than rubies. But the very repetitions emphasize that wisdom does not feel heard. We do not listen. Then in the second passage, Jesus has the wisdom to know that love is greater than evil. He casts out a legion of demons and sends them, as requested by the demons, into the pigs, knowing better than they do that the maddened pigs will rush into the sea and drown. We should remember that pigs were thought to be unclean by the Jews. But those who witnessed his actions tell him to go away. They don't want his wisdom. They don't want to hear it. Those who have ears to hear, let them hear. But how do we get those ears? Where do we find them? A couple of thoughts from Anthony de Mello's book, 1 Minute Wisdom. Why are you so wary of thought? Said the philosopher. Thought is the one tool we have for organizing the world. True, but thought can organize the world so well that you are no longer able to see it. To his disciples, he later said, a thought is a screen, not a mirror. That is why you live in a thought envelope, untouched by reality. And a second. Each day, the master would be inundated with questions that he would reply to seriously, playfully, gently, firmly. One disciple always sat through each session in silence. When someone questioned her about it, she said, "I hardly hear a word he says. I am too distracted by his silence." So, to find that shining forth, to find wisdom, let us seek silence. Let us begin by feeling the weight of our bodies on the seat and our feet on the floor. Let us feel our roots reaching deep into Mother Earth. Let us breathe in her renewing energy and breathe out anything that will distract us from the silence within. And let us breathe in the golden light of spirit, so that it may mix and blend with the earth energies, holding us secure and safe in our incarnation. And then let us take 3 long, deep breaths, scanning our physical body for places of tension or discomfort, and sending the healing breath to those places. 3 long, deep breaths. Next, be aware of your emotions. How is your mood this morning? How do you feel? And again, with 3 long, deep breaths, ease away any hurtful places. And now be aware of your mind. Are there tensions, worries, mental blocks? 3 long, deep breaths to blow them away. Wisdom calls out, listen. I have things to say that you can depend on. So now let us listen. First, be aware of any sounds in your body. Maybe your digestive system is working. Maybe you can hear the beat of your heart. Listen, listen to the sounds of your body, your very breath. And now extend your listening beyond your body to any sounds there may be in the room around you. Listen until you are sensitive to the tiniest sounds, even to the movement of the air around you. And now extend your listening beyond the room to the whole dwelling, and perhaps outside the dwelling to the sounds from the street. Now see before you a magic, silent air balloon. Climb into the basket and feel it gently lift from the ground and begin to climb. The movement upwards feels perfectly natural, gentle, safe. Imagine that you can go on and on, up and up, until you can see the globe of the earth beneath you, like those wonderful photos from space. There is the earth, far below, slowly spinning. And suddenly you realize that you are hearing all the sounds of the planet. Voices, machines, music, shouting and screaming, wars, all the manifold sounds that constantly rise from the planet into space. You are hearing them. That might, like the living being who receives our prayers and hears all the sounds of the universe, you can go higher or deeper and move so high above the earth, above the universe, where there is total and complete silence. Those who have ears to hear, let them hear. Listen in the silence for that still small voice, the voice more precious than rubies, the voice of wisdom. As we come to near the end of our period of meditation, some words from the Prophet by Khalil Gibran. No person can reveal to you anything but that which already lies half asleep in the dawning of your knowledge. The teacher who walks in the shadow of the temple among his followers gives not of his wisdom, but rather of his faith and his lovingness. If he is indeed wise, he does not bid you to enter the house of his wisdom, but rather leads you to the threshold of your own mind. The astronomer may speak to you of his understanding of space, but he cannot give you his understanding. The musician may sing to you of the rhythm which is in all space, but she cannot give you the ear which arrests the rhythm, nor the voice that echoes it. And the one who is versed in the science of numbers can tell of the regions of weight and measure, but cannot conduct you thither. For the vision of one person lends not its wings to another person. And even as each one of you stands alone in God's knowledge, so must each one of you be alone in the knowledge of God and in the understanding of the earth. And finally, as we begin to surface into ordinary consciousness, some words of Walt Whitman. Wisdom cannot be tested in schools. Wisdom cannot be passed from one who has it to another that does not. Wisdom is of the soul. It is not susceptible to proof. It is its own proof. It applies to all stages, objects, and qualities. Wisdom is content. It is the certainty of the reality and immortality of things. It is the certainty of the reality and immortality of things. Those who have ears to hear, let them hear. Amen.